Hello, and welcome to JBWS's 9th annual fall fundraising event, Autumn Auction for Hope. I'm Diane Williams, President and CEO of JBWS. We are so excited that you've joined us for this wonderful event, and thank you for supporting JBWS's life-saving work. At JBWS this year, we're proudly honoring 45 years of providing safety, support, and solutions for all victims of domestic violence, and you are helping to save lives by supporting this event today. We're especially pleased that after holding Autumn Auction for Hope virtually in 2020, we're able to safely gather together at the Park Avenue Club this year. And new for this year, we've offered virtual options so you can participate from the comfort of your home, office, or wherever you choose. So to our virtual attendees today, welcome and thank you for being here with us from afar. As you know, throughout the pandemic, JBWS has kept its doors open to serve our clients, and our brave staff continues to work on the front line to provide services. The challenges we experienced in 2020 have impacted our work well into 2021, and we need your support more than ever to continue to carry on our mission. Our Safe House, emergency shelter, and transitional living facility have continued to serve victims needing housing. And our community counseling programs, legal advocacy programs, children's programs, dating abuse prevention programs, the Morris Family Justice Center, and the Jersey Center for Nonviolence have all been supporting clients safely, both virtually and in person. Autumn Auction for Hope is one of JBWS's premier fundraising events. For nearly a decade, this dynamic event has raised funds to support all JBWS programs and services. And this year, with your help, our goal is to raise $70,000. Our co-chairs, Linda Horn and Marley Messina, are going to tell you what's in store for you today. But first, I want to do a big shout out to their committee. An event like today's doesn't happen without the hard work and dedication of a great team of volunteers, donors, and JBWS staff. Thank you to the Autumn Auction for Hope Committee that works tirelessly over several months planning the event and securing, sorting, and cataloging hundreds of auction items. Along with Linda and Marley, I'd like to express JBWS's gratitude to committee members Gabby Abramovici, Peggy Berg, Natalie Dennis, Helen Hallberg, Eleanor Iracane, Helen Lafoy, Rachel Locken, Meryl Richards, Gail Sims Robinson, Tara Skurzensky, and Amy Komorowski-Wiwi. I also want to recognize our honoree this year, Robert Zwiegard. Over the past year and a half, Robert has facilitated numerous in-kind and monetary donations for JBWS, including providing meals to staff and residential clients during the pandemic through Feed the Frontline Morris, which he co-founded. Thank you, Robert, for your generosity and your tireless efforts. We're truly grateful for all that you've done for JBWS. Now, Linda and Marley are going to fill you in on today's highlights. Take it away, Linda.
Thank you, Diane. Welcome, and thank you for joining us at Autumn Auction for Hope. I'm Linda Horn, and I'm very happy to be here with you today. The Autumn Auction for Hope Committee is excited to bring you a great selection of items to bid on during the silent auction, take a chance at winning in the jewelry ticket raffle, and purchase in the bargain-priced Instant Buy items. To join in the action, text AAH 2021 to 76278 or visit aah2021.givesmart.com. The auction is open until 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time today, Tuesday, September 21st. Our virtual participants can check the event site for instructions on how to get their winning items and purchases. In the silent auction, you'll find a basket of cheer containing over a dozen bottles of wine selected by our committee members. This was one of the most popular items in last year's auction, and we anticipate that it will be again this year. You can bid on it now. It's item number 101. Our jewelry ticket raffle has 100 pieces of jewelry that you can take a chance on winning. Here are just a couple of the beautiful pieces to choose from. Number 810 is a pair of silver lace earrings. Number 879 is a unique layered necklace. And number 883 is a pair of stunning Touchstone by Swarovski earrings. Before Marley shares some more fantastic items with you, I'd like to invite you to hear the stories of resilient survivors who represent the real importance of why events like today's are so critical to raise the funds needed to support the mission of JBWS.
Hello, I'm Candy O'Donnell Brown, one of the early domestic violence survivors who started JBWS. We used to hand out our phone numbers for hotline calls. We sheltered women in our homes. We gave speeches in church basements. And I started group counseling in my living room, although in those days we called that rap sessions. Jeanette, my mentor, opened her home to battered women and their children. At one point, she had 22 people living in her house. Her neighbors complained to the mayor about the noise, so she had to close her home in the summer of 1977. We were really alarmed about that, so we went to visit the county prosecutor to explain there was a need for shelter for battered women in Morris County. He was called out of the room. When he came back, he said, "It's one of yours." Lois Gilmore was just shot and killed by her husband where she works, and then he killed himself. Lois left 4 children. Lois's murder sparked community support. 10 days later, we toured the house. We still use it as a shelter. But it took another year and a half and 2 more murdered women to raise the money for renovations and staffing. We finally opened the day after Christmas in 1978, and we were full by New Year's. We'll never know which of our clients would have died without our help, but certainly some would have. We set out to change the world. Maybe in the eyes of the women and children we saved, we did change the world.
"45 years ago, no one was really talking about domestic violence. But as I reflect back, that was about the time the warning signs of abuse started in my relationship. I thought they were isolated incidents, and after 5 years of dating, we were married."
I dated my husband for a year and a half before we were married. We enjoyed each other's company and had a lot of laughs. But soon his anger and rage became unpredictable.
My ex cut me off from my family and friends and completely controlled me. The abuse got so bad that he broke my arm, fractured my skull. It was when I was at home recuperating from my injuries that I happened to watch a popular TV talk show that aired a segment on domestic violence for the first time. I called the national hotline on the screen and eventually reached JBWS.
I read about JBWS in the newspaper and was thinking this really isn't for me, because although he was extremely intimidating and scary, he was physically abusive. But when I read the article further, it talked about mental abuse and counseling services.
My stay in the JBWS safe house was the beginning of my success in so many ways. I was asked to join a new counseling support group that JBWS was starting, and that's where I met my friend Margaret, who became my best friend for nearly 40 years.
JBWS was a godsend to me and my children. It was such a warm, friendly atmosphere. We could talk about the physical and emotional pain of being hurt by the person who was supposed to love us the most.
It's funny, my ex-husband did everything he could to keep me from having friends. Who knew that by going to JBWS for help, I would find not only my safety and my confidence, but also such a special friend.
Thanks to JBWS, today we celebrate regaining our lives back, including accomplished careers, happy second marriages, the birth of grandchildren, and simple everyday pleasures.
For so many reasons, JBWS is very near and dear to my heart, and possibly helped save my life.
Hi, I'm Jerron. I'm a 35-year-old former child resident of JBWS, the oldest of 5 amazing children, and this May I became the proud father of a beautiful daughter. When I was 8 years old, my mom woke me up in the middle of the night and told me we had to leave. I think the physical and emotional abuse my family endured was so overwhelming that my only thought was finally. I watched sunlight pour in through the skylight in a safe house playroom as I sat in front of a young woman who I now know was a volunteer. The transition to living at JBWS and what home life is supposed to be like was relatively easy because the staff at JBWS helped me to become a kid again. Our counselor introduced us to the area schools. My siblings and I were in class before we could even unpack the 30-gallon trash bags our lives were quickly jammed into. And while many people would assume that leaving your home to live in a shelter would be upsetting, for me it was relief. Because I keep many happy memories of JBWS with my siblings and new friends. The values and lessons we learned in the safe house have helped us to grow into adults who give back to the community. So today I don't identify as a victim of domestic violence. Thanks to JBWS, I'm a survivor.
Hi, I'm Vanessa. I'm a domestic violence survivor. 18 years ago, JBWS saved my life and the life of my son. They helped me escape an abusive home and took us into their shelter when my son was about 6 months old. A thought had occurred to me. Who would care for my son if I did not survive? More than that, how could I be the mom my son deserved if I let him grow up in that environment? I wore long sleeve shirts and turtlenecks in the summer to hide the abuse, and some mornings couldn't manage to even brush my hair. JBWS showed me the path towards a new life and a new beginning. They provided a safe place for me to heal and to find my strength, advocates who reminded me that I was not alone, counsel that helped me through a trial, and they were by my side when I got my first apartment as a single mom and became self-sufficient. JBWS gave me so much and asked for nothing in return other than my dedication to make my life what I wanted it to be. JBWS and all of you are the reason I am a survivor today. I will always be grateful.
Thank you for sharing your journeys of hope and survival. We are truly grateful for your strength and grace that allowed you to share your compelling stories with us. There are countless stories like theirs, which is why we're inviting each of you to help the thousands of clients we serve each year who need our help more than ever. Please text AAH 2021 to 76278 or visit aah2021.givesmart.com to donate. Each and every donation helps. Please help us and invite your friends and family members to join you.
We now invite you to help victims impacted by domestic violence. You can actively participate in directly supporting the life-saving services provided by JBWS. Here to tell you about a few ways your donation can make a difference are some of our JBWS staff members. Thank you for your support.
I've seen firsthand what donations can do. For example, $5,000 can provide 5 weeks of emergency shelter, food, and counseling for victims and their children.
Your donation of $2,500 can provide 25 clients with legal advocacy services.
Your donation of $1,000 can provide 15 weeks of group domestic violence counseling.
Your donation of $500 provides summer camp for 2 weeks for one child while their parent retains their job.
Your donation of $250 can provide support for 10 callers to our 24/7 helpline.
Your donation of $100 can provide dating abuse prevention presentations to 3 area high schools, reaching approximately 90 students.
Your donation of $45 in honor of JBWS's 45th anniversary this year will help us to carry on our life-saving mission.
Your donation in any amount will make a difference in helping JBWS provide safety, support, and solutions for abuse. Thank you so very much.
Thank you to our exceptional staff at JBWS for sharing the impact that your donations make for us to provide our services. And thank you to all who took a moment to make a donation and to make a difference. Now, I'd like to introduce you to our other event co-chair, Marley Messina. Over to you, Marley.
Thank you, Diane. I'm Marley Messina, and it's great to be here with you today. It's an honor to co-chair Autumn Auction for Hope with Linda so that we can help JBWS do their very important work. We're sure that when you hear stories like those from the survivors, you'll want to support the mission of JBWS more than ever. Today's event offers you the opportunity to do just that. In our silent auction, you'll find some exciting experiences, including item 125, which is a trip to Antigua at the Veranda Resort and Spa. Item number 135, which is a $200 gift certificate for the Tao restaurant in New York City. And item 145, 2 tickets to see the New York Giants take on the LA Rams on October 17th. We also have item 150, which is a fun basket featuring a collection of Ray Dunn branded pieces, and item 273, a new Michael Kors tote. There are plenty of bargains to be found in our instant buy items, including item number 301, a new Michael Kors blouse for $25. Originally $110. Item number 375, a cozy cavi sweater for $20 that was originally $98. Item number 401, a new Alice and Olivia dress for $50 that was originally $330. Item number 450, a new Free People oversized scarf for $10, originally $60. And item 501, new Dolce Vita leopard print mules for $25, originally $140. Text AAH 2021 to 76278 or visit AAH2021.givesmart.com to browse, bid, and buy. At this time, please join me in recognizing our generous sponsors who help make Autumn Auction for Hope possible. Many thanks to our sponsors for participating today and for their financial support.
Before we turn the mic back over to Diane, we want to thank you for joining us here at Autumn Auction for Hope.
Your participation makes such a difference, and for that, we are truly grateful.
Thank you so much, Linda and Marley, and to the entire Autumn Auction for Hope Committee. Congratulations to our honoree, Robert Zwiegard. Thank you to our generous sponsors, donors, and a big thank you to our participants, both in person and virtual. What a fun event and a great day. We have so many items to choose from, and there's literally something for everyone. Enjoy browsing, bidding, and buying. I know that I'm ready to make a few bids myself. Remember, the auction closes today, Tuesday, September 21st at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, for all virtual participants, please see the event site for instructions on how to claim your winnings. I'm happy to let you know that although the auction will be closing at 12:30 p.m. today, you can continue to make donations on the event site throughout the end of this week. Your support means the world to JBWS. You're helping to save lives. We know that 1 in 4 women, 1 in 3 teens, and 1 in 7 men will be victims of domestic violence at some point in their lives. Unfortunately, most people know someone who's been a victim. Maybe you do too. Through your participation in Autumn Auction for Hope, you are helping victims become survivors. Thank you. We can't do this work without you.